Hi everybody, it's Claire from Handmade at Hudson's, and in my last Tuesday How I video, I showed you how I prepare my photopolymer stamps for stamping and also to check that everything's okay. So today I was going to show you how to use cling stamp sets, or how I prepare my cling stamp sets. So there are a few points that I check for. So I'm going to show you what I check for using Back on Your Feet, which is a stamp set I've had for a while, so I need to prep. So first thing to do is to check that all your stamps are there, and as you can tell they are all there, and also that you have a sticker sheet. So this is for cling stamp sets. And the second thing to do is to look at all the stamps. So what you want to do is look closely at all the stamps and where the edges are. So very rarely when the stamps are being made, the cutter will move. So rather than being around the edges, it may have affected the stamp itself, but they're all fine. The other thing to check, not necessarily on this one because this is a single stamp set, but on the double stamp sets, for example, I Wish for Everything, you need to double check that you have got the right stamps. So before now, maybe once, I have ended up that I had 2 part 1s and no part 2. So you just want to double check that the stamps that you get, and I haven't done this one yet, are the right stamps. So there's my birthday and my happy, which I was using the other day, so which I need to put back in, which I'll do now, she says. However, they are actually really quite stuck on the block, thanks to the cling. So there's my happy and my birthday. So you're just double checking that you have got the right parts of the stamp set, and again you're just checking that all the cutting is in the right place and that they will all stamp properly, and these are all fine. Okay, so the next thing that I tend to do, and I'm going to do one stamp and then I'm going to do the rest off camera because I tend to make a mess of this, is you want to put the stamps actually onto their stickers. Now I personally tend to try and take the whole paper off, and that's not worked. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, that hasn't worked at all. Oh well, we'll try a different approach. So let's take a big stamp. So we've got the sloth. Now you want to make sure that you have got good light and that you are working on a flat surface, because once this sticker gets on here, it will not come off. So you want to peel the backing off, and if you don't feel confident putting the stickers on, this will stick, but it's not amazing, so it will wear over time. Whereas I didn't used to put my stickers on my stamps, the cling makes it so much easier. So what you want to do is line up as much as possible your stamp and your sticker, and when you've peeled it off, that's nearly perfect. Nearly. So this is what I meant about you do not want to peel the cling off, because if you try to peel the cling off, you will take your sponge with you. It's actually quite good for me. I am pretty rubbish at these sometimes. Anyhow, so the other thing that I tend to do is actually take the whole of that off, but after. So I am going to do all of these, and I will do them off camera because you don't want to see me sticking my head in the camera, and you don't want to see me messing this up. So I have now added all the stickers onto the back of my stamps, and that's actually quite good for me because none of them are really that out. I do find it a bit difficult, but it is easier if you look from the top and also if you are on a flat surface. Now, I previously used to keep my stamps in the offcuts, which is here. However, I have discovered another trick, which is to keep the carrier sheet and also to keep the sticker bit on. I know before I said I was going to stick it off, but I forgot. And essentially what will happen is that you put this on here. So let's put these back in. And it gives you a easy way to take it off, because if you stick these on to things, they tend to stay on for quite a long time because they're such good cling stamps. And also it'll give you an idea of if you have a stamp missing, because there is a gap. So I learned this trick from a fabulous lady called Gaynor Boyce, who I think is on YouTube. So I would go and check out her videos. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need it. So the next thing that I would tend to do, especially if it's photopolymer, is use my Stamparatus. So this is Dino, because he's a Stamposaurus. And as you can tell, I have been playing with butterflies. So all I'm going to do is put all my stamps in. I don't know actually whether this will all fit on one sheet of paper. I think it's actually quite a big stamp set, so I might do those 3 on this side, and then let's take that down. Okay, and because it is a new stamp set, you want to cause chaos on the way around. Not quite mastered the art of videos yet. You want to ink it up and stamp it before you use it. So I'm just going to get my basic grey. I'm going to ink these up. And I'm going to stamp them down. And that is perfect. So I'm going to add my piece of card, and I'm just going to check they will all fit. Yes, they will. I'm going to put my magnet on the bottom just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to and as you can see, all my stamps stamp fine. So I am going to take these off, and I'm going to put them on 2 separate blocks so I can clean them. Although the bonus with this Stamparatus is that because you can take the plates off, you can actually take this to the stamp cleaner. There's that one. I'm just going to stick that one on that one, and then I'll clean them off in a minute. And then I'm going to turn this over. Well, actually, I'm going to take this out for a second. I'm going to take my my last 3 stamps. I'm talking rubbish. Okay, I'm going to push that down. I'm going to add ink, and I have added my stamp case under my plate because my plate will go all the way down to the floor, and I don't want it to go back because it can be difficult to ink up properly. So that's good. Let's add my magnet. And they look good as well. So this will go into my stamp set to show me what the stamps stamp like into here. And then when I find a bag, I will also add those. And actually, while I remember, the other thing I do, especially if there are images, I'm going to put this on here, is I am going to stamp them onto a masking sheet. So I've got some masking paper and I'm going to stick that down, and I might actually do these one at a time so I can position them better. Nope. So now it's just going to be a bit touch and go while I position these. Yep, that'll work. So I'm just going to do this, but what I will use this for is if there's any designs where I want masking, it's just easier. So I will get a pair of snips and I will snip this out and create a mask. Then I will swap my giraffe for my turtle, and my turtle will go there. And that's why I should have cleaned my stamps. Actually, I'm just going to move them over a little bit so I've got enough room to fussy cut. Add some more ink and use my turtle, and I'm actually going to clean off my stamp before I use that one. So I have got my Stampin' scrub, I've got my wet side, so I'm just going to give it a quick spritz and clean off my, might as well do all these on here. Try them on that side, try them on that side, that side. Okay, so he's clean, all the sloth's clean, he, she, it, them, they, I don't know. Right. Okay. And then I'm going to do my sloth. I think I might do it here. Maybe not. I might do it here. Okay. So I will then cut those out with my snips, or you could run it through your scan and cut if you have one. There we go. So I shall do that later. And then of course just clean off your last stamp. Actually, I think both of them. So I'm just going to close this, move this out the way. Oops, it's just popped out, it'll pop back in again. Clean those off. And then I'm going to put all of these back in my stamp case. So there's the backing sheet. And then again for this one, I'm going to take some tear and tape. And I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put this down. There we go. And I've got it stuck somewhere I didn't want to, that's okay. Just stick it down. And again. I'm having one of those days where nothing seems to be working. Let's see if I can get this one up. Aha! Now I've just dropped everything on it. So all I'm going to do is to make sure that's down, to add this to this side. That will fit in there. And then, as I said, just pop your stamps back on the carrier sheet, and it makes it so much easier for you to put them on and off, and also to check that you have all your stamps present and correct, and you haven't left them somewhere or put them in a different stamp case or left them on a block. Not that I have a habit of doing that, honest. So there we have a prepared stamp set for cling stamps. So next on my how-to, which will be next week, I will show you how I prepare my dies to go with my stamps. So thank you very much for pressing play on the video. If you've got any questions, you can contact me. My email is claire@handmade@hudsons.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on the Tinterweb, Handmade at Hudsons. You can find me on Pinterest and on TikTok. So thank you very much for pressing play on the video, and I hope that this has helped you and let you know what to check for when you get new stamps, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you, bye.